What's up, guys? Welcome back to another piano tutorial. Today is a song that I loved for a very long time. It is a great song to play on the piano because most of the song is piano. It is Brick by Ben Folds 5. Fantastic song to play. Not too difficult to play either. It's a nice major key and it's very easy to play, so we're going to jump right into it. So the intro to the song sounds like this, and this will give the basics for all four chords that are going to be used throughout the song. Not terribly difficult, looks difficult, but it's not. Oh, as usual, all the chords will be located on the top of your screen in the black box. So in case you don't know how to play piano, or if you just don't know what the chords I'm using, the notes will be spelled out for you, and the chords as well. So that'll make it easier on you guys, and make it easier on me. So let's get into it. So the right hand is not terribly difficult. You're basically playing an inverted D major chord. So here's D major. D, F sharp, A. The A is going to go all the way down here on your thumb. Middle is going to be in D. And F sharp is going to be with your pinky. By the way, this is middle C. In left hand, I like playing octaves in the D because the chords go in order. It goes, what is it? D major, to G major. It's like a B minor / B minor 7 chord. The A to an E minor chord, and we'll spell all those chords for you later when they appear. So here it is. So the right hand's gonna play this: F sharp, A, D, F sharp, A, E. Like I said, you're basically breaking up a D major chord. And your left hand's gonna play just D's, octaves if you want to, in some sort of dotted chord note tied to an eighth note, tied to a half note. There should be, I might put something up there just to show you what I'm talking about, if you know what I'm talking about. But yeah, it goes just F sharp, A, D, F sharp, A, E, D, and then we're going to switch G and D in your left hand. Excuse me, D, E, A, D, E, A, D, and that repeats, E, A, D. This is where it switches to a B minor chord. I sometimes either do B, F sharp, or I do B, D, F sharp, but again, the right hand's going to be playing the same thing it was before. F sharp, A, D, F sharp, A, E, D, and you're going to switch to an E minor chord with E, so E, excuse me, A, D, E, G sharp, I know I went through that kind of quickly, but if you need to go back and review the chords, again, they should be in the top of your screen. It's not terribly difficult, but that's the intro. So you're gonna be using all those four chords throughout the entire piece, not necessarily in that order, but you're gonna be using them nonetheless. Now let's get into the verse. The first verse is actually very easy. All you're gonna do is be repeating what you learned before. It's gonna be F sharp, A, D, F sharp, A, E, D, E, A, D. And that's going to repeat throughout the entire first verse because nothing changes there. So that's going to repeat throughout, like I said, it's going to repeat throughout it. Excuse me, I showed you guys before. I thought I was doing something wrong. So basically you're going up and down. I totally screwed it up before. Sorry about that. But that's in the, again, first verse. Very simple. And then get into the second verse, and it's basically that same chord progression, but like halfway through, it goes from. And that's like, and we'll drive now that I've found someone. It's nothing really too difficult because it's not. So you're gonna end how you were a G major chord, and basically play a B minor chord. If you don't want to play the melody part like how I was doing, it's basically C sharp, A, and F sharp. But if you don't want to play that and make it simple, you can just play either a B minor chord or a B minor 7 chord, which is B, D, F sharp, and A. And all I'm doing is changing this and moving it to the G, same with my left hand. That's going to be a G major 7 chord. So you're going to go from a B minor 7 chord, and that's going to repeat again. I found someone, I'm feeling alone. And then you're going to go into that thing you were doing before. That I never had before. So you're going to do, basically what the intro did is play B minor on your left, F sharp, A, D, F sharp, F sharp, A, D, F sharp, A, D, E. And it's basically the same thing that the intro ended with. So A, D, E, G sharp, D, E. And that's where the intro, or excuse me, not the intro, that's where the chorus comes in. So I'm going to play it up until the chorus and play the chorus for you. So. That's a lick at the end. So once you hit the E minor chord in the end of the second verse, you're gonna go to a G major chord. She's breaking out, and that's where the chorus comes in. Obviously, that's why we're in the chorus part. But yeah, so if you want to, you can play eighth notes in your left hand. Just and have the right hand, or you can just. Let's get into the what the chords actually are. So you have a G major chord, which is G, B, and D. Then that translates into an A major chord, or what is that? It's an A6 or an A9. One of those chords. I think it's an whatever. It's A, B, C sharp, and E. If you want the B in there, so. She's not breaking out, drowning slowly. What you're gonna do after the A major chord, you're just gonna move your left hand down to the D's. Drowning slowly, and that repeats again. Off the coast and and all I do there is just heading nowhere is just C sharp to the B. That repeats. She's not breaking up, drowning slowly. And you get this cool little lick here. And all you're doing is playing a broken up G major chord and a broken up A major chord, and then ending on it. D major chord. And your left hand's going to play the root notes. So the root is the first note of the chord. Typical 4-5-1 cadence progression. But yeah, so B, G, D, C sharp, A, E. So yeah, B, G, D, C sharp, A, E, B, D. I go up like a little glissando in my first D, E, and F sharp. So. And then the song repeats itself. So everything you learned up to this point was going to get repeated from the second verse on, I should say. I think that's the case because the first verse is obviously not the same as the second verse. So once you do the entire thing again, the chorus is going to play up until basically the little lick, and that because it changes a bit. I believe it goes like this. And then you go up. Something like that. We will work on that. Like I said, everything is repeated up until little lick. It's almost the same thing, but you're adding like one more measure. So B, G, D, C sharp, A, E. You're adding basically a second round of the G major chord. Then you go up the octave to, I don't know if you can see this. I hope you can. If not, it's the exact same thing down here. You're ending with the G major chord at the end. So same thing you were playing in the first one, but up an octave, pretty much. And then getting into the bridge, which sounds like this. And so on and so forth. There's 3 chords you play in the bridge. You can invert it. It's a E minor 7 chord. I was playing it like this, but it's actually better to play it G, B, D, and E up here with octaves. And it's like, as weeks went by, they told her she was not fine. That part of the song. So you're playing that E minor 7. As weeks went by, to a G major chord, which you learned earlier. They told that she was not fine, which is D major chord, which you learned earlier as well. D, F sharp, A, and then that repeats. They told me, son, it's time to tell the truth, and then it keeps repeating. 'Cause I was tired of lying. And then they have that thing you had at the beginning, the little thing. And it goes back into the chorus again. Now, I understand if you're still like not figuring out, because it does take a while to learn. Don't be afraid to go back and check it out in the beginning, because like I said, it's gonna basically be there throughout the entire piece. But yeah, so it goes into this part. gets louder. Then it goes back into the chord. You're gonna end with an A major chord. So you're going up to a G major, to an A major, to a B minor 7 or slash B minor. She's the breaking, I'm drowning slowly. And your end with a little lick that we just had. And that's the entire song. If you do like this song, if you like how I did things, if you like that the chords are all the way up here, give this video a like. I have more videos on tutorials like this if you check out my channel. I have songs like Come Sail Away by Styx. I have If I Ain't Got You, right? It's by Alicia Keys, one of those songs. Yeah, I have a bunch of songs on there if you want to check it out. Plus I do like my own stuff. If you do like it, please check it out. And if you want more like this, like I said, give it a thumbs up. And I will see you guys next time.